What's up, stream? What's up, stream? Yo, what's up, chat? 10 minutes in, 10 minutes time. Kick off. What a big weekend we have. What a big weekend we have for you guys. As tomorrow's begin the Friday footy, we have the Warriors back in Auckland playing against the Warriors. And then to follow that game, we have the Panthers versus Eels. And last time these guys met in round 9, the Eels beat the Panthers by 2 points. So yeah. Oh, I swear the Seagulls better win this. I swear to God. So bad, boys. What's up, stream? Kickoff is in a couple minutes' time. And tomorrow to begin the so tomorrow to begin the Friday Night Footy, we have the Warriors back at home in Auckland versus the New. So to begin the Friday Night Footy, we have the Warriors back in New Zealand. Second time in New Zealand this year, where they're taking on the Melbourne Storm, and I reckon the Warriors will win this one. And then obviously to follow that match, we have the Eels versus the Panthers, which hopefully the Panthers win. Okay. Yep, they're getting ready.
Extraordinary amount of commentary around this game, not necessarily for anything to do with the actual battle for the two competition points. But then you see the Manly Warringah players in the Pride jerseys. We are in Women in League round here on Fox League. Round 20, 6 rounds to go. And for us, the focus is the battle for the 2 points. And it's a big game. It's 8 versus 9. Greg Alexander, my co-commentator. Manly, obviously, without the 7 players, as we know. What are you expecting to see from the home team
So,
right here?
I think plenty of energy.
no Jason Sub. So the 2 wingers are out because they don't want to wear the jersey.
Jake returning after missing last week's game against the Dragons with COVID, but he's back. We've got 3 Manly players on debut. We've got James Seguiaro returning, and the Roosters are fielding, I think, their strongest lineup without Satili Tupanua, and they haven't done that on many occasions this year. But Joey Manu returns, Lindsay Collins returns after both missing the game against Newcastle. Luke Keary was back last week, as was Jared Hargreaves. So that is the strongest lineup that we've seen in a couple of months from the Roosters, and they'll take on a very understrength Manly side, which I'm sure will take it to the Roosters for at least 20 or 30 minutes, and then we'll just see what happens, Mossy.
That's right, see what happens, see if they can start well, keep the crowd in the game. There's good energy among the fans here tonight. Kieran Foran, look, in the halves, you've still got a pretty good side on paper. I know you've got the newcomers in the match tonight, the likes of Fulton, the two in the Secchi and Swan.
So Daly, Cherry Evans, and yes, so Jake, yes, so Daly, Cherry Evans, and Jake Trbojevic. Yeah, so Daly Evans and Jake Trbojevic was just giving orders to the Seagulls so they know what to do, how to get the job done properly, and that. So
yeah. 4-point game because they're going head to head with a team that they're vying for directly for a place in the top 8. And the Gotcha for Life Cup is also what they're playing for the first time. James Tedesco leads out the Roosters. This is round 20 on Fox League on a weekend like every other, where we bring you every single match live and ad-free during play. And this is quite the contest to open things. Tedesco really put on a show tonight.
Well, he's put on a show for the last 6 weeks. He really has. I can't remember someone playing as consistent.
I can't. Well, if I'm going to show it to you, I can't because I'm not allowed to. I can get a copy of that because I showed you guys. I showed you guys on the stream once before, and I got a copy of that for that, so I'm not allowed to. Yes, so I won't be doing it. So I won't be able to show you guys. No, I'm not allowed to, so I'm not showing you guys. I'm not getting another copyright claim.
The oldest player on debut in the NRL history of the man who ring the Seagulls. So in the NRL era, Theo has a record of his own tonight. Both of them come into this with tackle busting form from the New South Wales Cup. But this is a step up against Tupou and Suwali. So 4 points mark the venue. Round 20 kicks off now on Fox League, the first of 8 games. And
don't not ever set up the Roosters. Go Manly.
15 metres away from the Roosters line, the 138th meeting of these two clubs. Good defence, Manly there. Manly 186, the Roosters just 49. And there have been 2 draws. Collins, his first football since Origin 3, and just minutes into the game when he was concussed.
Yeah, so the teams I go for chat is the Panthers, which is my main one. And then I go for the so the Panthers is my main team I go for. Then I go for the Seagulls, then the Warriors, then Bulldogs. Yeah. And touch. Then we'll start. We'll play tackles for Manly.
He showed the ball on the inside, but decided to hang on to it. None of the Manly defenders fell for it and drove him across the touchline. Big defensive set from the Seagulls to start the game. The other play that we didn't mention, and here's the Jake Trbojevic gets hold of him, Morgan Harper over the top, and they'll get the ball before the Roosters can play out their set. Lachlan Croker returns too after missing last week. Very underrated player. I think one of the most improved players in the NRL, and he was very busy defensively in that opening set.
We caught Croker back in round 15, had a career best game in that dramatic finish against the Cowboys, but he was the best player in the park. Here is a dummy half for Foran. Front foot, Cherry Evans.
Oh, it looked like the Seagulls are going to get absolutely look like it. They're playing. And the Seagulls are playing much better than last week, that's for sure. I think Jake Trbojevic helped the Seagulls team. Oh, I think that's gonna be a try. Oh, then we no. I think they'll. Oh, can I get there? And oh, dang it! You'll get.
But contained by the Roosters defence.
Yeah, incredible reflex take there from Darnay Cherry Evans.
Then the new got one of the players on debut almost just scored.
And this is exactly how Manly needed to start. They can't let the Roosters get into a groove attacking wise.
Because the Roosters we bet the Manly Seagulls in round 2
The Seagulls.
this year, so
Energy.
the Seagulls surely would have to win, right? Surely, Chad. Surely.
Incredibly, over the last 15 years, the Fox Sports Lab tell us the team that has scored the first try in these flashes at 4 Pines Park has gone on to win. That's 11 matches. First try scorer wins the match. Here's Kieran from just outside the 30. Not quite the angle, although it turns level. Garrick's in massive trouble now. The Roosters, Momirovski, Ricochet, Kiri, then offloading, Verrills, taken high to end it all. Oh, what a moment that was. It wasn't going to be a 40-20, and then someone's got a remote and turn the ball left. High tackle. It's all happening.
Well, you can see when it left the boot of Luke Keary, it had an awkward swing on it, and then it bounced on its point and just took a left-hand turn towards the sideline. Garrick had to do his best just to keep it in play. All Alfred Smalley has collected Sam Verrills high, right across the jaw.
Gee, this might warrant more than just penalties when you see it like that. His out in his mouth.
Well, they had to scramble hard, those Seagulls defenders, to get there because the ball tapped back in. Sam Walker got his boot to it. It ricocheted back into Jared Warrior-Hargreaves, who found Verrills. And for a moment there, it looked like the Roosters would get a try off the back, but Smalley came across from the other wing. And, geez.
Oh, what's his doubt here? This. I know he's desperately trying to save a try, but there's no doubt on point of contact. And he is basically bowled upright.
Oh, of course. Sam Walker's taking the 2.
Go figure. Go figure. So Walker puts the first points on the board for the Knights. But I think there would be many observers right now saying, how is it still 13 on 13?
It was Keary who fed the ball to Verrills off Warrior-Hargreaves.
Oh, it doesn't get any better. On any viewing, I think Alfred's lucky. 10 minutes.
Well, that would have been horrible to see him go off the field. Obviously good, but
for every other person who's gotten off for 10 minutes in that circumstance, he has to. So controversy early. Controversy in rugby league, that's uncommon. 5 minutes into this first match of the round, and you've got a talking point. Sherry Evans on the restart. We'll go to James Hooper in just a moment on the sideline as the Roosters bring it back. Winding up there was Victor Radley. The second to pound, the 2 front rows in the tackle. Oh, boy, Hargreaves. That's a gutsy tackle from Harper. Absolute body check on the front rower who gets up smiling. Almost sadistically. Roosters with the ball 30 metres away from their own line. And now for Crichton. Again, the front rowers are involved in the tackle. This time with Manu. It was a quad injury that kept him out last week. Now Keary, his second kick for the match. The high one this time. Garrick's got it. He's been very good at fullback in replacing Tom Trebojevic. Now we can go down to the sideline. James Hooper, what a start to the game.
Everybody cracking start. Manly bringing plenty of energy to this contest. Perfect conditions for rugby league. 15 degrees. As you can see, the Seagulls spread the ball to their left edge. A little bit of a light southwesterly blowing across the Crown Bossy. And of course, 8 plays a year or a letter up for grabs here. Both sides on 20 points.
There's Smalley copying the group. For the record, 27 tackle busts in his last 2 games. 27 from Alfred Smalley.
well, whatever Manly threw at the Roosters early in the game, the Roosters just did that back to them. Well, that was a big defensive set from the Roosters.
So Ali on to the Cherry Evans kick, and this young fella, he'll turn 19 on Monday. Joseph Suwali, having come into first grade last year. Still 17. Oh, Manu almost got a pass away there. Thought better of it at the very last moment. Verrills, Butcher.
Well, he might be back in the centres, Joey Manu, but he's got his hands on the ball a number of times already, first off the ruck. So he won't be stationed out there waiting for things to come to him.
Bradley now, Kiri, they're rolling here. Momirovski with it. Supporters inside. Cherry Evans. Well, he's knocked on, but there was a rush of red, white and blue to his outside.
I think the inside players for the Roosters there were waiting for a kick from Momirovski. Good play down this left side. Momirovski into the clear there. Really, the pass isn't on. Cherry Evans is guarding for the pass back into Tupou. They had a number of players back on the inside. Tedesco, one of them, waiting for the kick. He put his hands up. Momirovski went for the pass, but they get the ball back.
So, Roosters leading by 2, but a real chance for the first try of the night. Kieran Collins launches into the Manly defence. Good tackle low by David. Verrills now stretches right. Cleary, Tedesco. There's obstructions everywhere. Clayton the Manly crowd. Tedesco submits. He got caught behind teammates there. Verrills out in front of Bradley. Cleary. They're all set up. Walk around. Tupou. Seki was too far in. And Tupou, just like that, has scored the first try of the night. Another one in the magnificent try-scoring career of this man, Daniel Tupou.
Yeah, he's having an outstanding season, Daniel Tupou. Scored a couple against the Knights last week. And a play down the left side again. They opened them up already to get themselves in field position. With
No, fuck those shots on Jack Voyage.
The ball across the face there of
Because Jack Voyage had to stop defending from him.
Out to Sam Walker.
Yeah.
Sums things up.
No, that should get looked up because, call strike confirmed. But there was clearly a structure on Jack Voyage because they pushed him where he couldn't defend.
Play together. Combinations are so important defensively. And they got their.
Well, now the Roosters are better lead 8-0.
Smalley and Seki up against two try-scoring greats in these two.
Yes, you see from that replay here on Fox League, he really wasn't sure, and in that position, you've got to follow your centre up. You've got to commit, and the spacing's got to be right, and all of those things, and they got it horribly wrong. And it was an easy one for Tupou. Walker's 2 from 2. It is 8-0 through 10 minutes. James on the sideline.
A silky pass from Sammy Walker, the teenager there, bossing for Daniel Tupou to send the Roosters further in front. But what about the return of Luke Keary as well? He had so much attacking strike power to the Roosters' left edge. A month off with concussions, a really strong comeback last week. More promising signs so far this evening.
Yeah, good signs, isn't it? Keary back last week, scored a try, scored the first try of the game. They look a much better side with Keary on deck, even though Joey Manu certainly made a handful of 5'8" in his couple of games that he had.
Tupou's now on 11 tries behind Anthony Minicello's club record. At the Roosters, Jake Trebojevic was stung there in tackling. Oh, they've lost it, Suwali. They're forcing it. First shot from Trebojevic on Maria Hargreaves was big, and they kept running up, and now they're forced.
Roosters knocked it on.
From the young fella.
And that's what Manly have to do, speed of their defensive lines, putting pressure on the Roosters, trying to force some errors. They haven't got the strike with those 7 players missing, attacking strikes, so they've got to play field position. It's about kicking, getting themselves down there, or forcing errors, which they did there.
In front of the Lions, Menzies stand for Manly. Garrick with the ball. His arm has been caught well and truly, almost pulled off out of the socket by Momirovski. Seki infield, Cherry Evans fired across for Croker. Tupou would know how to seam up there. And still able to offload. Croker, Trebojevic on for Paseka. Finds himself out the centres for a moment in yellow. This is Trebojevic. Then for DCE. He turns and passes. Second.
Yeah.
Oh, and they've called it forward. Have they? He's gone over the sideline anyway.
I don't think they called it forward. He's standing in the end goal.
They had him covered.
Oh, I'm going to check that.
Disco's knocked him across the...
Coming in tackle 2, I've got a no try. Can we please review the obstruction and then what happens in the corner
He
here?
got himself all wound up, didn't he? Cherry Evans was trying to pass.
Well, he did. He did because Ruben Garrick was late on his run, so he really couldn't hit
of the
him.
Manly lead runner.
And there's Dylan Walker crashing through the line. Luke Keary's...
The Manly lead runner obstructs the Roosters defender, and the Eagles take an advantage. We have a decision.
All right, so obstruction. Curious to see the ending anyway. We didn't think Seki
Oh, yeah, so
knocked the ball down,
there
but
was destruction for the Seagulls, and it's a penalty to the Roosters.
he's
And
in the game.
when there was destruction
And
from the
goes
Roosters,
away
they still got going to try.
of the Roosters. I'm not so sure it wasn't for the office once he turned around, but anyway, that's by the by now. Roosters are coming back upfield. 11 and a half minutes gone and 8-0 scoreline. Trent Robinson, the 11th career wins against Des Hasler. That's his most against any coach. In fact, since Robinson has taken over, the Roosters record has been far better than for the better part of many decades between these two clubs. Radley on to Maria Hargreaves now. 5 minutes inside the half. There's a pushed offload. Butcher is with it. He's done the same. Ferrells, Radley, then Keary, looking for overlap. Tupou with it. Walker comes across with Seki. But the Roosters' confidence in the last 2 weeks in attack has been brought to Brookvale tonight. They piled up the points in rounds 18 and 19. They're showing signs of continuing here. Manu now with it. One-handed carry, good tackle, Harper. 19 metres away, Suwali. There is the halfback Walker. It's allowed to bounce. The giraffe Tupou knocks it back. Now it's picked up by Walker. That was a little sloppy by the Roosters, to be honest, when they have such a target as Tupou to aim at.
Well, we saw how dangerous they were last week against Newcastle with the kicks finding the mark, Tupou and Suwali grabbing tries off kicks, but that one misdirected.
Ruben Garrick now back to the 40-metre line. This is for it. Comes for Bullymore. Strong charge at Walker. First time we've seen Bullymore in the top grade since round 10. Foreland takes on front rower, mate. There, and offloads like a good front rower. Harper got through the front line. Then for Croker.
Oh, dang it.
Cut down from behind. Good attack from men. Cherry Evans. Bomb from 25 metres out. Suwali's there. He's lost it. Tackled in mid-air. Harper's holding his ankle, but he's made contact while Suwali was in air. And the Roosters get the penalty.
Yeah, he might have been thinking of going for the ball there, Morgan Harper, but just got the timing of it all wrong. There's the bump on Sam Walker from Bullymore, and the offload kept things going. And that's another thing that Manly have to keep in their game. If they're going to turn the Roosters around, they've got to offload the football.
So the Roosters back with it. A big first tackle from Manly. You can see the difference Trebojevic makes to the side quite often. Oh boy, they've come up on Maria Hargreaves again. He loves it though. Jared, this is what he lives for. This is how he gets out of bed in the morning. To be smashed by the opposition. Suwali, Walker, that's rugby league, folks. Certainly for the front rowers. Here's Collins. Inside the Manly half he goes. Merrill's now. Left side, Keary. Second game back. Looking good. Garrick has filled it. 5 chases there. He's beaten Radley. He's going cross country. He's out near DY now.
Oh,
He's started at Brookvale. Now he's headed towards Palm Beach. That's quite a run. The ball. Swirly cops one. A tackle busting hit from Alfred. So the crowd looking for a penalty for their team. Seki in off the wing for June International. For Cherry Evans, a master of the 40-20. Oh, what a take. Suwali with it for the Roosters. Oh, and then he has been hammered by Paseka. There have been some shots tonight. Tupou now with the ball. The long legs of Tupou stretching out over the top of Walker and collected by Davey getting back.
He had Tedesco on the inside, opted not to pass, but the Roosters on the roll.
This is some game early. Radley for Manu, jumping about in front of Foran. Harper comes up and goes for a shot, almost knocks himself out. Suwali there, Tedesco, then Radley, pushing along for Collins, inside the Manly 20. Fast pace of the game as well. Verrills at a dummy half. Tedesco with it. Then Walker stepping twice, 3 times. Rolls to within a centimetre of the line. Verrills now. Ball with Tedesco. They come up on him. Manu's lost it.
Oh.
Harper stumbling. Comes up
Dang
with
it.
the ball for Manly. Great scramble from the maroon and white.
Yeah, great work there from Morgan Harper, who's been very good defensively so far. Able to scoop the ball up, keep his balance and make 20 metres to get Manly out of trouble.
The maroon, white and rainbow, I should be saying tonight. Trebojevic tackled on the 40. We said before, down last week in Unreal Penrith, welcome to the semi-finals. Well, this has got sort of sudden death about this game. The way these two sides are going at it. Running halfway. Manly chant, Seagulls chant is up. Paseka's been really strong. And again, makes 10 there. Croker, short side. Cherry Evans, last tackle. Chip over the top. Tedesco too good. With the ball.
Yes! Yes!
They are playing for keeps, these two sides.
Down that short side, Lachlan Croker and Daly Cherry Evans combining. Cherry Evans just chipping it over the top there. Found Tedesco on the full. And he thought he'd be, I think he had half an idea of splitting those Manly chases there, but Cherry Evans and Seki did a great job to contact and then drag him across the sideline.
It's a rare event. A kick return from Tedesco doesn't produce a tackle bust. It was quite the opposite. Took him over the sideline. Manly, in quest of their first points, trailing by 8. Garrick, he's on a run here at Four Pines Park. He scored 7 in his last 7 here. Cherry Evans, changing direction, Walker. Well led by the defence. That's a really good tackle try. Croker now. Comes up for Garrick. He's over the offload. It was risk. Radley's with it. Pressure off Roosters. Manu takes the tackle on the 10. Disappointing for Manly there, having created opportunity. Boyle is now out there. First time we've seen him in quite some time, since round 4 last year in first grade for Big Morgan Boyle.
I'm sure the Roosters have spoken about all week about an ambush from the Seagulls, and they've matched them physically. They might have a bit too much class for them in the end, but boy, Manly throwing up the fight to this Roosters outfit.
Elderly Roosters fans
Oh.
tell you they haven't won a penalty
Oh,
count since
my.
1908. Well, they're 4.
No, that should have to be a penalty to the Seagulls because the Roosters player purposely made him try to keep tackling him just to get a penalty.
4 in a row they've lost. They come up against the Warriors at Mount Smart Stadium. Exclusive coverage here on Fox League. And then the Eels and Panthers. Parramatta, the only side to have beaten Penrith this year. And they go again tomorrow night. What a double here on Fox League in round 20. Roosters are 30 metres away from the Manly line. Kiri Collins onto it. Put up a bumper bar in front of Cherry Evans. Queenslander on Queenslander. Verrills now. Radley for Tedesco. With a kick. Beautiful stuff. Butcher with it. Sublime skills from Tedesco. I reckon off the outside of the foot, the little dab. The best halfbacks and 5/8 in the league couldn't have done better. And Nat Butcher is the recipient of it to score the try.
Yeah, off an outstanding run from Collins. Keary put him in a bit of space. That got them into field position. Victor Radley centre field. Tedesco looking for a way to break open this Manly defence. They had plenty of numbers there, but a very skillful kick from James Tedesco to lay the try on. Manly had the numbers there, Bullymore. They had them covered, but they didn't cover the kick, and Tedesco got the wave, but absolutely perfect there for Nat Butcher.
Is it possible to say Tedesco great player and getting better, getting greater? The skills that he shows us.
I think what we saw from James Tedesco through the Origin series and what we've seen him do at club level on the return, I think he's playing better football than he was when he won the Dally M in 2019. I think without doubt he's more consistent, he's got more in his game, and that's the reason why the Roosters, I think, still are a chance for this premiership, a big chance.
An outstanding bit of skill from James Tedesco there. Watch it again. A genuine try assist off the kick. He invented that kick there. He had to manufacture the kick to find the gap and then sit up like that for his back row to score. Who scored a double against Manly back in round 2 this year. 11 try assists for the year now for James Tedesco to go with 11 tries he has scored on his own. Walker for 3 from 3. He misses. A 12-0 scoreline. James on the sideline.
He is simply playing off the charts at the moment, Andrew. The Camden Rams fullback, a junior, James Tedesco. Last week, 7 tackle busts, 3 try assists, 3 line break assists, 3 line breaks, and a try. Already a try assist so far this evening. He is on fire.
That was a little left foot dab off the outside of his boot. That was
At speed.
Yeah, that was extraordinary.
Vision, looking, where's the gap, thread the needle, all of that. Ticks every box. To highlight the importance of this game, you look at a live ladder. If the Roosters were to win, suddenly pressure off them for 1 week anyway, and holding the top 8 spot in Canberra, and the Dragons still to play this weekend. But Manly could be then pushed down beneath the Raiders and the Dragons. That's how tight the race is. So Ali's had some anxious moments tonight. Down on the boundary road there. He stopped the bet. 17.5 minutes to go and a change before half time. 2 tries to 0 to the Roosters. Walker kicks from outside the 30. Should be cut off by Smalley. Now he's going to drop it. Smalley just gets to it. Welcome to first grade. Alfred Smalley and P.O. second. It's quite the blast furnace tonight. Eagles under pressure. Outside their 20. Here is Seki on the run. We're telling a bit of his story. His partner and a young child back in Fiji, and he's here chasing his dream. He played the last month with Blacktown. So we wish them well. We shout out to them tonight. Watching the coverage forward on the outside with Bullymore. He pumps away. Walker again. Smalley, Cherry Evans. This spiral bomb, it's down to Tedesco. Collins and waiting for it. He's looking up at the referee. Sir, please. No penalty forthcoming. No penalties as yet for Manly. Just a 1 set restart of the night. Tupou with it. Hargreaves, and it's an age ago. You can't even picture Jared as a Manly player, but this is it started for him 13 years ago, 2009, as a Sea Eagle. That time Manu was cut down low by Prebojevic. Keary off for Crichton. This of the Roosters attack, I think there's plenty watching tonight, re-evaluating where you had them as a contender. Seki comes in, a confidence booster for the winger. And there's their first penalty for the night, and a listen for the crowd.
certainly needed it. 12-0 down. Under pressure, the Seagulls to get their first of the night.
After the game tonight, the late show with Matty Johns, Matty, Gordon, Fletch, Heidi, Fletch and Heidi tackle Caxton Street. Good way to wind down on a Thursday night. Oh boy, there goes Collins up in the line this time. Coaching stuff. Right on halfway now, and that is a dominant tackle there on Boyle. Stepped well over the mark. Fallen with a W. No shortage of experience, Boyle, but we just haven't seen him for a while. Cherry and Dash go to the line there, shutting down Jake's options on the outside. This is Croker. Foran, he controls the left. And there is Bully Ball. Not able to get through, but it wasn't for the lack of trying. Manly threatening here. Foran again. Harper's the ramrod runner that time. Let's tackle Manly. Something from this. Well, it goes like this time. It's bounced up. Momirovski.
Yes.
But it must have shaved the upright padding, that kick.
I thought it might have come off a Rooster's foot. It looked like it deviated, but it might have been the goalpost pad that it. There's the foot of Lindsay Collins. So Komarovsky had to do his best to try and get it out of the in goal. Had to make a play at it. As Davey arrived pretty quickly. Chance here for Manly.
Curl on the toe. No. Croker. They don't even bounce into Cherry Evans there. Croker's done quite the juggling act. This time with Lewis. It's shut down. There's your first run. Curtin Lewis.
Monstered by Radley.
Still in the rookie class as a front rower. Now Boyle. Oh no. Collins is down. First game back from concussion in Origin 3. And Collins, I fear for Lindsay here. He went straight down. Oh my goodness. Concern from teammates. Oh, he's caught both head and shoulder. You would say from that replay, that is incredibly heavy on Lindsay Collins.
Yeah, inside ball there from Daly Cherry Evans. Morgan Boyle. And Lindsay Collins, you can see the contact, the head and the shoulder of Morgan Boyle.
That's, we sit back on a game-by-game basis and marvel at the toughness of our players, but that is,
that's worrying for a player that's only returning this round because of concussion.
And everyone knows, Derek there, the concern from Derek Maria Hargreaves. I seem to recall Morgan Boyle when he did last play, he was involved in an incident with Suasu Su. Was he not? Did he? He did fracture his skull in a hip clash. Morgan Boyle. Here is Lindsay Collins. Like, obviously that's Lindsay, that's category 1 right there. You now understand the protocols, and in category 1 we'll see Lindsay Collins gone for the night in the broader picture. The concussion woes of the Roosters.
The retirement of point coordinator, Jake Friend. Both through head knocks. That wasn't a good sight, was it? Lindsay Collins in the collision there with Morgan Boyle.
Manly will have a play the ball as the result, and obviously James Shooter will keep us updated with any news on Lindsay. As a career Davey!
Yes!
And just like that, to Davey hold up!
Yes!
Davey is claiming the try.
That's how amazing.
Awarded there, straight after the resumption, and Davey goes over for Manly.
Well, that's incredible, isn't it? Manly grabbing a try off the play the ball. The Roosters set defensively. Luke Keary came off the line and angled towards Daly Cherry Evans. He saw him coming and just timed his pass beautifully to Andrew Davey, who is himself an underrated player, late bloomer, to boot with the Eels, now across at Manly. Tedesco almost did the job to hold that ball up, but in the end, Davey was able to just manoeuvre his arm to get the ball on the ground. And the play, immediately after Lindsay Collins left the field, Cherry Evans just held the ball up and Keary out of the line, created the space for Davey to run into.
Yeah, well, that's put Manly right back in it. While Roosters fans are still stunned at what happened to Lindsay Collins. By the way, it was the correction was Zach Sadler, the young Manly front rower who suffered the depressed fracture of the skull in a head collision.
He's done an incredible job there, Andrew Davey, to hold the ball. It looked like it was going to come free. He hit the ball hard, juggled it, and then controlled it to crash over.
So Ruben goes back to kicking now.
So, big night with Gary back, his first choice kicker. Still from touch. We'll chase him down at 6 and stay Manly. Gary, beautiful strike. This is a good game. There's a fair bit of drama. There's been a bit of controversy. And a 12-6 scoreline, James.
Just confirming, Andrew, it's a hell of a game. And Lindsay Collins is a Category 1 concussion. So his night is over. The Roosters are down to 16 players as a result of that HIA.
Davey gets the try on his return from the COVID interruption last week. Brings the crowd back into the game, which is one of the keys for this. I'm sure Roosters were thinking, play to the silence tonight. Take a bit of the emotion out of the game, a bit of the sting. Kick into no man's land, have a look at the bounce. It's come back like a yo-yo. Roosters get it back. They've just got to catch the ball on the full Manly. Boy, do they pay a price there. And the drama continues. No time to make a cup of tea tonight on a Thursday here on Fox League. Bradley held up in front of the posts. Merrills. There with Keary. There's his Walker now to Dexter, now Manu. It certainly rolls off the tongue. Big name to even bigger name. And Manu has gone over for the Roosters. Keep the points coming.
No, just after Manly get themselves back in the game with the try to Andrew Davey, they give up the kickoff. The kickoff went high. There needed to be a Manly player. Garrick was around the ball. He should have taken that. He was the man that was closest to it. So they turned possession over immediately. The Roosters on the attack. 4 plays later, they run a big sweeping line to the right. Tedesco still got the numbers there, and it took Joey Manu with a bit of footwork to beat Morgan Harper and get himself to the line, and I mean right on the line. There was Manly defenders there, but Manu was able to get down low enough. Bullymore was one of them. Garrick was there. I'm assuming he got to the line. I didn't see it, but yes, I'm assuming he got there.
Gee, I said that because it sounds good, doesn't it? To Keary, to Walker, to Tedesco, to Manu. Who's not going to be threatened by that? If they've got things going, Butcher runs his line. His decoy run.
But it still took a one-on-one miss from Morgan Harper to get Joey Manu in there. That angle shows us him getting it over the line. So Manly numbered up well. The Roosters, they just slid across, but then Manu, the big right foot step. It's hard to handle.
And with that, he equals his career best try tally of the season. Still with another 5 rounds to go in tonight. Walker kicks. His defense improved as well, Sam Walker. That's 3. And just like that, it became 6, and then it goes back to 12.
Well, he's kicking at 75%, Sam Walker, so and that's pretty good. Certainly didn't start the season like that, but he's got a lot better. Just that bit of Manu class to break open that Manly defensive line.
10 last year was his career best, and now he's equalled it in round 20. Joey Manu here, not to mention all the other things he's done this year. Like you win Bellingham Centre of the Year, don't you? High duties.
5'8",
That's
fullback.
He goes to 5'8", fullback. I don't know how we calculate all of that. If only Manly could go back and replay the kickoff. Set, kick, catch the ball, 6. Back to 12 down. Boots gone missing there of Suwali. Now Laurie Hargreaves. What a difference he makes. What a warhorse he is. Missed 5 games with that hamstring injury.
Yeah, they are a different side with Roy Hargreaves. He's in that starting side.
So that could be tough for Walker. He wasn't able to position himself inside the 40 for the kick. It's still a good one. Carrick with it. There was no sure thing to catch that.
That was moving away from him. Walker hit that nicely.
This is looking for 3 wins in a row for only the second time this season. Walker not liking that.
I'm hoping the Manly Eagles, but the Roosters lead 18 points to 6.
2019, he has started the game in the centres, Dylan Walker. Now, Lewis with it. Croker. Able to get 7 or 8 metres there, and it was hooker on hooker. Beryl's made the tackle. Lewis has only had 18 minutes of first-grade football this year in his 2 appearances. So they'll be blowing a bit, you would think. Cross forward to Tedesco. Chunks is all there. Got to do your job on James Tedesco when they've done it Manly. Bully Moore first in. Now Suwadi. That crashes to the turf in that tackle. 7.5 minutes away from half-time. We'll get into half-time with Lara Pitt and Michael Ennis tonight. Roosters with Venables and Keary running freely, but Roski! Tupou! Oh, there's Jerry Evans, second intercept for the night. Tupou knew he was going over the sideline. It was a pass and hope. Jerry Evans.
He just had to get rid of the ball. He knew he was headed across the touchline. Nice play down that left side, the short side with Luke Keary and Momirovski.
Got past 1. It's around the back of Smalling. Alfred comes back in field. Certainly a slip here who made the debut with. So Seagulls just beyond their 40-metre line. Trebojevic, Sherry Evans, Walker.
A couple of fresh players on, like Jan, Connor Watson, both on the field for the Roosters.
Now Sherry Evans kicking low. Andrew Purpose doesn't find the sideline though. Well, in between kicks wasn't hard enough to drill it over the sideline and earn a little rest of sorts. Here is Watson. Any sort of fatiguing defence, Watson will take advantage. He's one of the quicker dummy halves in the competition. Lodge in his 3rd game as a Rooster. Now Venables, Sheeran, Walker, and the Butcher rolls the pass out the back. Do you call that an offload? I don't want to challenge that. I think he's staying silent, that Butcher. Oh, no, I think he said challenge. I think.
Previous tackle was tackle 3. I brought a knock on and got a Roosters challenge saying we're backwards.
Okay. Well, the ball definitely went back, but did it drop down and then bounce backwards? That will be, and this is a great angle to look at it.
Oh, that's a pass.
No, well, it was almost pushed out of his hand, so it's poor ball control.
There is no stripping action from Manly.
Oh, no.
The ball is knocked on by Nat Butcher. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Butcher has butchered the captain's challenge. Gone for the night.
Time on. To knock on, no challenges for the Roosters. Stop clock on.
I can see that. I think the referee probably gets a little boost from that. He does, right? He just walks over like
I'm sure he does.
He get a little pep in his step there, confidently. So he was spot on. Referee Atkins. Women in League round here on Foxley. We celebrate, we acknowledge and we thank the contribution of women everywhere to the great game of rugby league. Those who play it, who support it, who work behind the scenes, who work in the front lines of the game, in positions of administration. We're so glad you're part of the game of rugby league. Here's Cherry Evans.
Oh, he ran behind the Lewis thing.
Appeals going up here, both teams the last, well, basically for the whole 36 minutes.
Both edges rushing up very quickly. Verrills out of the line there.
Lewis on his back in the tackle there. No short kicking tonight for Manly either. He pulled out with a shoulder injury suffered last week against the Dragons. Actually met his auntie today. Said Sean's out tonight. I said, no, I read it last night, but thanks for the tip. Kick down the Roosters. I don't think she's trying to give away a score. She's very proud auntie. Now Suwali. On for Tupou. He's chalking up some run meters tonight. Daniel. 4 minutes away from half time. Kiri tries it. And he's back out of the 30-metre line. There's Hasler. What a week it has been for the coach. More than what you would expect to be the brief of a coach in the NRL, what Des has had to encounter deal with this week. Manu on this run has got the Roosters inside the Manly half. Tedesco pushing up, doesn't get the ball. Merrills runs for 15. Last play, Roosters. Keary 30 metres out. Pressure on the young winger. Semi doesn't get to it. Ooh, he was lucky. They got a rather sedate bounce that time, but went gently the way of Garrick.
Well, neither team really wanted to make a play before that. Walker gets across field.
On the bounce to Smalley. And there's his tackle busting for. So that's what he's been doing the last couple of weeks for Blacktown. He averages 5 a game, but as I say, 27 in total the last 2 matches he's played. At Trebojevic. How they would dearly love some points before half-time, Manly. They've got it back to 6 the difference. Now it's 12 for him. Bullymore. He's done well tonight, Bullymore. Again, makes some decent metres there. On for him. Cherry Evans goes wider. Paseka. He only had the front row on his outside. It was going to be prop to prop. Now he's offloaded. Walker's under pressure. And it takes the edge off. On play 5. Croker. Cherry Evans. He'll have to kick long. Nothing of an attacking kind. It was called. Leave it came from further upfield, and that's what Suwali did.
He makes it very hard on play 5 or to get a decent kick away when you go backwards from the last play. Certainly put a halt when he forward momentum with Manly, but the offload was pretty straight from the second.
A couple of minutes. Ruben Garrick directing the defence from the back.
Someone was right where he wanted them to.
It was the rugby old man at fullback there, Ruben Garrick. Now to Tedesco, that's what we got to do. Captain of the defence at the back. I think Roosters are still similar to desire for points here. There's no putting the cue in the rack coming up to the break. And when Watson gets involved in a scuffle with Harper, Tedesco now, got it away, Butcher with it. Roosters will have the last say of the half, you reckon. Watson, this is a big play. Manu to Keary, kick charge down. Manly might have the last say. Momirovski goes back for it. Desperate stuff from Davey. Now there is 1 minute to go. Roosters can set up again. Manu. Merrills. Egan Butcher on. Full Lodge. Egan Butcher was very good against Newcastle last week. If you haven't seen a lot of the number 15 for the Roosters tonight. Keary. Walker came up and put pressure on Walker. Walker's on. Walker's off. You make heads or tails of that, but Dylan Walker wins that battle on Walker.
Yeah, both edges are really racing up and trying to shut down the pass. Dylan Walker read it beautifully there. Sam Walker out the back. Walker on his own had to make the stop and forced the error there.
Outside these days, you saw that camera shot from out of the Fulton stand, the Manly Centre of Excellence, where you get to see Zach Fulton tonight, who will play some game time in the second half. So 4 tries scored in the first half. On the football field is the Roosters up by 12. Half time, Roosters 18, the Sea Eagles 6.
Yes, with finals footy in their sights, the Roosters are in control over Manly. It has been fast and physical in the opening half. Under siege, the Manly Seagulls. They're trying their very best to contain the visitors, but they trail 18 points to 6 at the break. Michael Ennis, you talked pre-game about the threat of Joey Manu and James Tedesco, both involved. But this highlight right here belonged entirely to the number one.
Yeah, you're right, though. It's been a spirited performance from the Manly side, but no surprise that James Tedesco is in sensational form for the Roosters. He's been in everything good for the Tricolours in the opening 40 minutes and came up with a beautiful play there. Lovely little left foot kick for Nat Butcher to score that try and really started to break the game open a bit for the Chooks.
We expected them to terrorise them through the middle, but he can pull out a number of tricks there, a playmaker as well. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Michael Ennis will take us through all the first half analysis after it. And of course, after the footy, it's The Late Show with Matty Johns.
Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Just picked up the critical point.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah, we've got to.
Okay. At Harvey Norman, purchase the new Google Pixel 6a and receive a bonus $150 gift card. Available now at Harvey Norman, your destination for the new Google Pixel 6a.
I'm offering Dolphin Energy healing on my site. The first 200 subscribers get it free.
It's time to get science-backed healthcare from the experts. Pilot is Australia's largest men's health platform that offers treatments to level up your hair, sleep, sex, skin and weight. Each treatment is prescribed by an online doctor and delivered directly to your door, making it easy to take small steps that have a big impact on your health. Jump online and start your consult today. Pilot, level up your health.
Just picked up the critical point.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah, we've got to.
Okay.
Right, watch there.
The Roosters calling. Trick shot. Nice shot. The Roosters calling.
Bet365 have come a long way since we became the world's favourite online betting company. We now stream over 150,000 live sporting events a year. Our latest feature lets you search thousands of markets at the touch of a button. Download the app and see for yourself. Why Bet365 is number one.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Marcus snapped up a Stairmaster awarded for being amazingly cheap, but alas, not amazingly reliable. And Felicity considered cheap home insurance that promised big cover. When it comes to the important stuff, don't risk bargain regret. Go here instead. Worried about cheap insurance? Who offers great value cover you won't regret? Amy does.
Right, watch there.
The Roosters calling. Trick shot. Nice shot. The Roosters calling.
Your Majesty.
Speak!
The new pyramid?
It fell over again. Maybe same game multi. Got out.
You little ripper!
Pay $15, isn't it?
Raise hits, baby.
Make it look easy with Sportsbet's same game multi. Combine all your favourite markets in the one bet and get bigger odds from Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
Welcome back to Thursday Night League. The Roosters have come to the Northern Beaches looking to take advantage of an undermanned Manly Seagulls side. Michael Ennis, as we take a look at the opening half highlights, Manly have tried their best to unsettle them.
Yeah, they certainly have. Physically, they're up in the face. Their defensive line moving very quickly, and as we said, Des Hasler trying to orchestrate the ambush, but they've been pulled apart on the edges a number of times. That rushing defence has been unsettled through the ball playing. But Victor Radley on the back of it, we've seen Sam Walker, Luke Keary and James Tedesco wreak havoc at different times. Mind you, they've been forced into a few errors, and every time Manly have been down on the Roosters line, they've looked dangerous. We know Cherry Evans is in great form. His half partner Kieran Foran's come up with some nice touches. This was a killer blow for Manly. They just scored that try to Davey, a horrendous bounce off the kick-off, and only moments later the Roosters were able to score a try. It was great work out of dummy half, and Beryl's linking up in the spine there, just combining Joey Manu. We spoke about his threat before the game, the footwork just too much for Morgan Harper, he's trying to unsettle Joey Manu. They know how important he is. He's trying to get up physically, but as the half went on, fatigue set in, that footwork of Manu really started to trouble that left edge of the Manly side.
And trying to physically outmuscle Suwali at times as well. The concern for the Roosters is they are down a man for the rest of this game. Really unsettling and stressful scenes for Lindsay Collins, Nick.
Really hard to watch this one, Lara. We know that he's just come back after a concussion from the Origin third game, the decider, and he came in here on Morgan Boyle, and it was almost a triple whammy. He caught the shoulder, the head, and then the forearm of his teammate on the way down, and it was just, it was really hard to watch. He's been tremendous for them, and seeing him have to leave the field's a real concern for the Roosters, and more importantly for Lindsay's health.
Third concussion in 18 months for Lindsay. You'd imagine maybe some time out for him from the game. Well, Des Hasler will be looking to settle the troops. No more silly penalties given away, or this one will slip away. They are down 18 points to 6. The Roosters in charge at the moment. So this second half action from the Northern Beaches is next.
Your Majesty.
Speak!
The new pyramid? It fell over again. Maybe same game multi. Got out.
You little ripper!
Pay $15, isn't it?
Raise hits, baby.
Make it look easy with Sportsbet's same game multi. Combine all your favourite markets in the one bet and get bigger odds from Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
To endure winter, the group huddles together, merging their bodies into a single mass for the greater good of the colony. They work together, move together, never alone, always as one, making the most of the winter months together.
Whether it's work or play, the Ram 1500 lineup makes life work with any challenge. Legendary capability meets luxury sports utility vehicle, taking your driving experience to the next level. Move more, tow more, do more, and enjoy more. The unrivaled Ram 1500 pickup range eats more than just use. Drive one today.
Right, watch there.
The Roosters calling. Trick shot. Nice shot. The Roosters calling.
big screen with amazing picture quality. Go bigger with the new Hisense TV range.
It's in our nature to protect one another. Toyota Safety Sense, designed to protect us all. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota.
Oh, what's fucking good? Boys, I'm back. I am back.
Trick shot. Nice shot. The Roosters calling.
Your Majesty,
Speak.
the new pyramid? It fell over again. And your same game multi? Caught up?
You little robot.
Playing 15 bucks, isn't it?
Raise his baby.
Make it look easy with Sportsbet's same game multi. Combine all your favourite markets in the one bet and get bigger odds from Sportsbet.
You know the score. Stay in control, gamble responsibly.
Alright, they come back in now.
Saturday night on Fox League, the two teams, the Roosters and Manly, playing for the Gotcha for Life Cup. And the Roosters at the break lead by 12. Manly coming into this game had scored 26 points or more in 6 straight games of 4-point putt. I think they're going to have to score 26 tonight at least to win. So that means they need to light it up this second half and start really well, Brandon.
Yeah, look, they were courageous, I thought, in the opening 20 minutes. The Roosters showed some class, as you thought they would, with a full-strength lineup. You know, they got some great players in that side, Tedesco, Joey Manu, and some good touches to get the Roosters to 18 points, Fossey. So, yeah, points will be Manly's back.
I will just mention, that was a good sign if you captured a glimpse there of Lindsay Collins on his feet in the dressing room there at half-time. And I'm sure that is heartening for his teammates as well, given the state he was in there for a while on the field. So Collins on his feet in the dressing room at half-time as the Roosters come back out. Chasing a third win in a row, and if they win, they remain in the top 8, 5 weeks away from the finals.
We spoke about the strength of this Roosters lineup, and Tupanua won't be back this year, but the man that will be back is Suwa Taukeiaho at some stage, and you're hoping the concussion of Lindsay Collins doesn't rob him of playing any more football this year. Otherwise, they've got a very strong forward lineup. Jerry Evans, again, will be the key to this second half. Jake Trbojevic, some mighty defence from Jake Trbojevic in that opening 40 minutes.
Yes, and Manly up their sleeve, a couple of replacements. James Seguiaro, we're about to see play in the NRL again tonight, and young Zach Fulton playing his first game in the top grade. Roosters with Drew Hutchison to come off the bench. And Butcher got some late minutes in that first half. This Thursday night encounter in round 20, 8th versus 9th. Women in league round, Harvey Norman women in league round on Fox League. Tedesco, a fly to the ball, and Manly learnt their lesson. Kick to it on the full. Paseka, first run of the second half. Go again to Lewis. They have racked up some scores in more recent times, the Roosters. That's why it is so important that Manly try and stay in touch here. They seem like in a bit of a mood, the Roosters. Davey, good run, gets over halfway. The Seagulls lone try scorer from the first half. Jake with it, foreign, then goes short with Bullymore. He's more or less threatened every time he's ran the ball tonight, Bullymore. Great intent. Last tackle, Cherry Evans bomb. Screwing it back to the corner of Suwale. Sets the feet, has the catch. He's now driven back some 5 or 6 metres. This Roosters, 2 of the last 3 games, they won by 14 and 42. Manly, though, did win in Mackay last year in the semi-finals. That big win with the Roosters injury-riddled side. It was 42-6 up in Mackay. That ended the Roosters for the season.
Just watching Lachlan Croker. He's picked up a little shoulder injury early in the piece. Very important. Fair defence around the ruck. Nice run from Connor Watson.
And a quick play the ball as well. And that sets it up. No pressure on Walker to kick. See the benefit of the quick play the ball there. And that Garrick to bring it back for Manly. His run meters tonight. He's had 9 runs for 75 metres. Ruben Garrick. Now Seki. I suppose in some regards Tedesco's quiet. I know he's had a couple of tackle busts and a line assist and a try assist, a couple of them, but he's had only the 6 runs of the ball tonight. James Tedesco for only 50 metres. That could indicate a big second half coming up. Trebojevic down in the tackle. Croker. Oh, Cherry Evans out in front. An error inside their own half. It's come from the skipper. Seguiara getting ready, or at least trying to give the coach an indication he's ready for some minutes.
Their control has been good up until they only made 3 errors, Manly, and that one, it could be costly. First set with the ball needed to get to their kick. After giving up a try late in that first half.
Straight away from the scrum, Suali is in centre field, almost in fullback mode there, the position he wants, or covets one day. Butcher off Walker. Margin is 12, 3 minutes into the second half, but the Roosters with field position here, Lodge onto the ball. And the quick play the ball. Farrell's now takes advantage of that. And the find themselves defending inside their 20. Watson, Walker, and Momirovski caught between defenders there. 4 tackles done for the Roosters. Brighton to Walker. Now Watson. He's got fast feet. Connor Watson when he steps left and right. Last play for the Roosters. Verrills. And Curie across for Tedesco. He's got another little kick through. Suwali was held out of it.
Maybe just grab Suwali.
Well, it must be close to Sinbin in that case, in a try-scoring position.
Did he grab it as he kicked the ball, or did Suwali take a step and then he was grabbed? We'll just watch on the replay. Tedesco jammed into that corner. Yeah, well, just grabbed him, Kieran forward as he was making his way to the ball. Did enough to pull him off the line of his chase.
Yes, so ruled by referee Atkins. I don't think he needed any sideline official support. Sufficient interference there to go penalty. The Roosters chasing the first points of the second half. Butcher onto his back. Verrills has been effective tonight. Egan Butcher. He's lost the ball. It's been stripped away. Penalty count. 6-1 Roosters at 4 Points Park. It's unheard of. And I think they'll go the 14 in front. Well, they took the 2 early in a similar situation when Verrills was hit high.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand the early penalty kick. This one will get them out to 20, and oh God, did you like that on replay? Kurt Lewis, the Manly player in there.
Anyway, the fans will replay on the big screen.
More than 2 converted tries ahead after Sam Walker.
So he's got 4 tonight. Sam Walker. And 6 minutes into the second half. It is 20 points to 6. James Hooper can fill us in on what he found out at half-time from the 2 coaches.
Well, the Sydney Roosters look in complete control, Bossy, but from their coach's point of view, Trent Robinson, he felt as though they weren't really winning the battle for field position. He wants them to kick more intelligently. From the Roosters, Des Hasler wants everything they've got. A number of changes to the side this week. They need to trust their
Was it chat make sure like and sub? It's got the new.
Yeah, on replay, that
I
might be a
do,
tough call
I
against
do
the
rugby content a lot.
Roosters coming into tonight as well. When you start talking about points differential this time of the year, it seems on the same number of points. They're plus 79, and now they get a boost of 14 right at the moment, up to plus 93. That's a better points differential than the likes of Parramatta ahead of them on the ladder, even better than South Sydney, better than Brisbane. So it shows you that if they can have a big 33 minutes here, it could be very handy. Here's Watson. Oh, shot there, Harper. Didn't quite get his man. Manu got away from him. Harper's looked to pull off a few big ones tonight. Tedesco, Lodge, dummy and run. Offload for Watson. Roosters looking for a gap, but then Watson is absolutely clobbered legally by Paseka.
Yeah, just smothered by Taniela Paseka.
Crichton. He's a big boy, Taniela Paseka. He's like an eclipse when he walks past you on a sunny day. Ball high, Garrick's underneath, but that's a good catch. And land and run. He is such a wholehearted player, Ruben Garrick.
We spoke about Lachlan Croker being one of the most improved players in the NRL. You can throw Ruben Garrick into the mix as well, doing a great job at fullback and getting the penalty now.
They've got their second penalty of the match. After this one, late show with Matty Johns tonight. Team is ready. Matty, Gordy, Fletch, Heine. Been in from early this afternoon preparing for the show. There's nothing like preparation, research. They are ready to go. The moment this one is over, they go to bed. Be entertained on this Thursday night on Fox League. Manly with field position of their own now. On the back of that penalty, counts 6-2. Just the one set restart tonight has gone the way of Manly. The Lewis held up that time. Seagulls 30 away. Trebojevic pushing along for Davey. Crichton has got Davey on his back. Croker lurking as Cherry Evans. The short pass to Paseka going offload that is dead set. Hit Verrills in the breadbasket.
Well, the idea is right, and that's what they have to do. If they're getting more points, they need to offload the ball, but it's got to be...
Oh, carry away to Tupou. The Giraffe is away at Thorpe Park. But they've called it back for forward. Really? I didn't see forward at all from Kiers. Are they protesting the Roosters at that? You be the judge. Watch it again. There he goes across. Out of the hand.
Oh, that's such a bad call. That's a bad call. That really is.
Jake Trebojevic thought it was forward. He's a very nice man, Jake. Very honest.
I know Jake's honest.
He's on a butt. Is there a butt? There's not a butt with Jake.
There's a butt.
Oh, come on. Nicest man on the planet.
What did you think of that pass?
Oh, that was fine out of the hand. It's out of the hand. Of course that was. Anyway, Manly have it. So 20 away. And, well, that's the league gods ruling there. Paseka's knocked down. So someone's spoken. Some higher authority there has ruled higher than the bunker. And Paseka. When you put a prop at 5'8", occasionally that's going to happen.
Well, when you're down 20-6 too, you just can't afford to do that. Paseka looking like he wanted to turn into the defence and offload, but he didn't have the ball in his hands before he thought of that.
Yeah. He's got Walker. He knows who he's running at. He's probably thinking he knows where he wants to run. He's not looking for space. You want to get it in hand and just bowl over the top or try and bowl over the top of Walker or Watson. How are you, Butcher? A real let-off there. Roosters 14 managing. Watch now. Up over halfway he goes. Played, I'm sure he was on his feet. Manu with it. It's certainly quite a pace, the Roosters in this set. Verrills on yet another run. Offloaded to Watson. They've got them at sixes and 7-10. His own offload, Crichton. Changing the angle, but not passing. Oh, now he's lost. Oh, my goodness. Oh, there you go, Angus. Chase the nice man's now angry. It's not very scrappy. Yeah, you could probably edit out the last 3 or 4 minutes if you will.
Well, something about Angus Crichton's game, like he does play the ball extremely quick. At that time, he was in no position to do it. Trebojevic was over the top and all over him as well, quite legally. Crichton just making the error as he tried to play it as quickly as he could.
Right there. 28 to go. To bring the crowd back into the game, Manly have to get those next points, and hopefully soon for their sake. Harper held up there. Repeating the news, if you did miss the first half, one of the big stories, Lindsay Collins having been concussed in the opening minutes of Origin 3 in his comeback game tonight. A very nasty concussion. In a head clash.
That's only 2 weeks yesterday.
Yeah,
Origin 3. 2 in a very quick space of time for Lindsay Collins.
That for him. And now stopped.
Andrew Davey, independent doctors ask you to leave. Andrew Davey, independent doctor.
He did get up. We just saw highlights of
That's still ages ago.
a few tackles ago. Andrew Davey getting up very slowly.
Now get Zach Fulton into the game. And there is the Bob Fulton stand at the end. His grandfather, an immortal. What a name to carry. There's a Fulton back at the home ground of Manly. That is some moment. Zach Fulton, big reception from the Manly fans. Dad Scott, incredibly proud, as are all the Fulton family. Cherry Evans kicks from the 40. Long but finds Tedesco on the full. It's the last thing you want. Back comes Tedesco and in one tackle. 35 metres out, it's Fulton with a tackle on Tedesco. He kicks a bit of a tackle on the Roosters captain, James didn't mind. Kicks trying to make his mark. He's in another tackle. That's 2 in a row. Now it's launched. Make it 3 in a row for Fulton. He's down around the legs. Can he go the whole set? In his first minute in first grade. He almost did. But there is a big advantage. The Roosters, the meters they're making in every set at the moment. Here is Kerry inside Tedesco. He's able to offload. Oh, Ferrolls. He's ended up in goal, but without the treasure. He's got the map, but not the treasure.
Yeah, Keary and Tedesco combining down that side of the field. Inside ball. Trebojevic just hanging on, did enough, just had the jersey by the fingertips, and Verrills had it in his hand.
Yeah, there it goes. He only had 10 metres to run. Sammy Verrills, a man who scored a try in the grand final, Sam Verrills. So Manly, it can get a little opening for them.
And Trebojevic's desperation was the try saver there. Tedesco gets past Jake, well, that will be a Roosters try.
Robinson would be a little concerned, wouldn't he, at the Roosters completion rate, 19 of 29. That's 66%. Should be a bit better than that. Keeping the Seagulls in the game at the moment. There's no question of that little mousetrap play. Cherry Evans 40-20. Tedesco is across there. So they tried a bit of deception there, Manly. There's Fulton on Tedesco again. There's a worry about reputations. Momirovski on this run. It's been in the system since the age of 15. Oh, Suwali came hurtling in there. And Croker hung on low. I think he gets a bit bigger each week. We've seen him, Coach Suwali.
He'd be a fearsome sight standing there waiting for him. He does not muck around, does he, Joseph Suwali, when he carries the ball.
More meters from Watson. He's having an impact. Bradley. Maria Hargreaves. Can't pass. Good tackle. There from DeLewis. This is Walker bombing on the last tackle. It's close to the sideline. They let it bounce again, Manly. Manu's knocked it back. Manly have come up with a ball. They get away with it that time. I know in that instance it was close to the sideline. You don't necessarily want to catch on the full and then be hit.
You made it very difficult to make a play on the ball when you're that close to the sideline. Sometimes you have to allow it to bounce. You take the odds to it.
Seagulls, Foran, Garrett, all their flat-footed here. Not exactly precise this. Boy, oh boy. Cherry Evans to Fulton. Nobody got the ball running onto it there. So he's now had a touch of the footy. Zach Fulton to power with it. Oh, he had the mid free and offloaded. Foran now. Pushing up Manly. Here comes Harper. Where's his winger? He finds him now. Smalley steps back in field. He had to go searching for him. Last tackle Manly. Cherry Evans kicks towards the padding. Walker's back there. The referee's taken a forward roll. And back on his feet goes Atkins. Nothing funnier. And the Roosters are back with the ball.
And in the end, Sam Walker did well. He was upright and just in the field of play. Could have easily been pushed back, but got the ground very quickly so the Roosters can try and get it out of their own end. Otherwise, they were drop kicking it out underneath the posts.
Now, Jared Waria-Hargreaves. There's Tupou's running meters tonight, and Manu. It's all the Roosters for run meters tonight. Manu with another tackle bust. Those of you playing Supercoach, you'd be mad not to have Manu in your side. 16 runs, 140 metres, 7 tackle busts, and offload a line break. Kick fielded at the back by Cherry Evans at fullback. Well, more or less right wing. Garrick was back there, and Cherry Evans was back at wing. They've got another penalty, their third of the night.
Well, that'll give them some field position. Roosters haven't been able to score a try. They've kicked the penalty goal, have not scored a try in the second half. Despite having a fair bit of ball, they've come up with too many errors, the Roosters, and they're keeping Manly in the game.
We'll check in with James. Can you shed out any light why Daly Cherry Evans was back there fielding a kick?
No, I can't confirm or deny that one, Andrew, but I can confirm Roosters, we know they're down to 16 because of that concussion injury to Lindsay Collins. They've also had Egan Butcher go up the tunnel. He's currently getting his sternum looked at. We'll keep you updated.
Okay. Manly with Croker, Powell. Cherry Evans is back in the thick of things now. And their rookie wingers on show tonight. Trebojevic, Bullymore. Lovely tackle that by Walker. Trebojevic, Foran, Cherry Evans, kick through. Walker's chasing Tedesco. He wants to get back. He's hit by Fulton again. Well, Fulton has put a bullseye on Tedesco, and he's got him 3 times so far.
Very busy in the kick chase team is Zach Fulton. Cherry Evans just drops it over the defensive line. Bounce could have been an awkward one for Tedesco, but gets a good run. And once he beat the first tackler, I thought he was odds on just to get into the field of play, but a very good stop there.
What a good moment. What a moment. In front of the Bob Fulton stand, the tackle. And now the short drop out. It's been tipped forward by the Roosters. But no one from Manly was really attacking the ball. Seggi's ended up with it. And this time with Morgan Boyle. They're still in it, 20-6. A quarter of the game to go. It hasn't got away from them. Roosters completing at 63%. Garrick, brilliant, and then Harper puts it down. Garrick was surgeon-like. And then I'll have to come up with an analogy for Morgan Harper. But he was the wannabe juggler.
Yeah, look, it was a great ball. Look how quickly Ruben Garrick caught and passed this ball as Suwali came flying in. Suwali knew the man that was going to receive the ball. Great ball from Garrick. Harper had to take that. You get those passes sometimes that don't hit you right in the middle, but you've got to be able to take them. Well, he's been strong for them tonight, Morgan Harper.
Missed chance, big one. Really big one there for Manly. Still time though, 19 minutes to go. Thursday night here on Fox League with the late show with Matty Johns to follow. Roosters get a penalty.
Gee, that's a good run from Den.
I'll be back real quick.
Yeah, he got a pretty tough pass then too. Almost went over his shoulder. Surged forward. Manly offside, another penalty to the Roosters.
They've completed only 5 sets in the second half, the Roosters.
I don't think Manly are much better, boss.
Well, they get one there. That counts, just in case you're not aware, when you get a penalty, that counts as a completed set. It's almost like cheating because you saw that for a tackle.
Yeah.
But they've got through 5 other sets in the half, the Roosters. Doesn't mean you can create a lot of opportunities with that little rate of completing. Watson with it there, he's looking around and Manly coming at him from all sides. Bettles, Bradley. Constant threat, Manu. I mean, he just beats so many tackles every game now. Bettles with it. On from Maria Hargreaves. Great tackle there, Fulton again. Has taken him down now, he's conceded a penalty. No, it's against Cameron in front. For how he went on. Well, hang on a second there. Let's listen.
Just hang on. It's on report. James.
Sherry Evans giving advice.
Regardless if he thinks he's all over him, Jared can't do what he did. That's not acceptable, right? That's why it's against you.
There you go. He did that on the previous one, and then on this one, that elbow forearm with force into the face of Zach Fulton. Ill-discipline. But
take away possession.
Those who, and I will qualify this. Those people who've watched rugby league for an old time, that went on all the time when a bloke made his debut. The young kid had to learn his stripes. I know it's a different time. But there'd be some dipping their lid to that. So, Jared, you've got to teach him. But you give away a penalty in 2022, so we have moved on. Manly with the ball, bully ball. Fulton didn't complain, he got on with it. There's his first grade, that's his badge of honour. Here he is with the ball. 4 tackles into the set, 17 to go. Now Boyle, not able to crash through there. Egan Butcher is back with some serious padding. And the kick is high from Cherry Evans to Desco, who's just all over it there. Safe at the back. Tupo. Gee, I tell you what, the winger could be a contender for man of the match. I mean, he's right up there. 15th run of the night. And Manu have had,
in terms of big workload, Manu 18 runs, Tupo 15 runs, Maria Hargreaves 17 in the middle. They are by far the busiest of the Roosters.
And it shows Matty Johns straight after this one on Thursday night on Fox League. And a reminder tomorrow, a doubleheader, the only place where you'll see the Warriors and the Storm is right here on Fox League into Parramatta and Penrith. The kick out of the fall. The Roosters, oh goodness, they found some errors in their second half.
It did look like once it left his boot that there wasn't much room to work with there, and just inside the 40 and just pulls it as well. It's gone out by a long way.
So what do you think about it? So 13 errors tonight, and then kick out on the full. A couple of times in the first half, players taken over the sideline. Well, that was good defence by Manly, but it was still avoidable to a degree. Boyle's left one behind. He went straight over the top of Maria Hargreaves there. The crowd can sense their team has a real chance here to at least post a second try at the match, and then they'll go from there. Take a stock take. Fulton is held. 15 minutes 20 on the clock. Walker, Cherry Evans, Trebojevic to Foran. Foran able to get it to Bullymore. Checked his run. Still keep it going for Harper. He's now in dummy half mode. Harper, Foran. They just about have to score here, Manly. Harper jumping about in front of the defence. This is the last tackle. It becomes Manly's biggest play of the night. For it. A kick for Walker. They're not going to get there. It's up forward by Momirovski. The Roosters, well, they've hung on. It is a man's Bradford.
Yeah, they're going to have to hang on for another set. Kick from Foran, close enough to the try line. Momirovski up.
They were still clapping because they were happy that they defended the way they would want to defend their goal line. So there's energy from the Roosters. Andrew Davey, we're told from James Hook on the sideline, he's gone for the run, so he won't be returned.
It's 40 minutes left. Can the Seagulls come back?
Manly here.
They've done it before.
Just the one try to
Oh.
Slipping in the line was Manu. Carey can't take advantage. Radley makes the tackle. Bullymore dummy up. It's a slow play the ball. He sort of faked to play the ball, Garrett. They've got a set restart out of it. Foran then.
This is what the Seagulls need right now. 6 again. And they're very close to line.
It wasn't a clean play the ball by Garrett. Now the ball with Tapau. Doesn't pass. Big Marty. There'll be no offload on this occasion. He's launching a protest with the tackle of Warrior Hargreaves. Trebojevic runs back into trouble. Not much offered yet in this set from Manly. Croker to Powell. Run around, not on show. Trebojevic floats it across to Foran. Longer still for Fulton. That would bring the house down if he scores. Walker then. Cherry Evans. Run up to Foran, his old mates. On the deck. Put up for Cherry Evans. Ronaldo.
Yes!
Cherry Evans. Ronaldo has socketed over the line and is claiming the trophy.
Yes! About bloody time. Oh my god. Oh my god. The Roosters tried to clean up and Dale Chambers just kicked it. Keep kicking it and just scored. I think the Seagulls might come back here.
Great legs tackle, but what a ball it was.
Oh yeah, what a good kick as well.
Control the footy, get it through, and just get that left hand on it.
3 kicks on my count. The technique Cherry Evans.
The first was a beauty. It just took it away. And that was Sam Walker who was making a dive for the ball. Cherry Evans kicked it from underneath him. No, he hasn't.
Ooh, hang on a second.
Oh.
Hang on a second.
I think his hands come down the side of the ball, but the ball was in the air at the time. And no try. No.
Oh man.
And I think
Angus Crichton then forces the ball.
review may as well be better no try. I mean, don't say review. There's no reason to review. You just sort of give the score.
Review should be a no try. We've got offside on the goal line by the Roosters.
Oh, well, there you go.
For if there's any possible breach.
Okay.
Oh.
And what needs to be pointed out there, technicality. The video
field officials have already
he has to be
identified Roosters
instructed
as
by the
being
refs that there's
offside.
offside.
The communal aspects of the play up to the grounding, just
We know it's not a try. All of us here. Yeah.
Daly Cherry Evans fails to ground the ball in the in goal. We will revert to the on-field decision of Roosters offside.
Alright. So the Seagulls, I think, will be. So Delchan lost good. So Delchan Evans knocked it on in the ball line when he tried to ground it, but it's a penalty to the Seagulls anyway because the Roosters was offside like just before he grounded it. Off the kick or something like that. Well, not exactly sure, but
The clock is now a problem.
Yeah.
Inside 13. Can they channel the Cowboys from a few weeks ago? Scored 3 tries in the final 5. Trebojevic to play here. Bill's hung on a bit long, I thought. For it. Carrick Suwali goes hunting there from his wing. 3 tackles up. Garrick's been hurt. Shakes the head. Croker. Foran, shoulder the ball. Cherry Evans, sideways play by Manly. Walker beat Momirovski. Dylan Walker determined. 4 Roosters there.
oh my god, Dylan Walker almost just broke out every tackle. He was he's almost like Tom Trbojevic because he's like powerful like Tom Trbojevic was. But Tom Trbojevic is out older for the rest of the season.
Last tackle, Manly. Slow play the ball in the last. Boyle's hurt now. Croker, Trbojevic, Foran wins the kick. Now it's Garrett. Foran doesn't come from the inside to get anywhere near the ball, and the Roosters have covered up. Walker onto it. He's led up a few kicks tonight, Sam Walker.
Very good anticipation from Sammy Walker. He's an out-and-out footballer. He knows where the ball's going, where it's coming from. Great reaction from him to clean that kick up.
That's the race for spots at the bottom of the 8. I mean, at the end of this weekend, Manly could be sitting in 11th. With both Canberra and the Dragons win their games this weekend. You'll see them both on Fox League, of course. The Raiders against the Titans on Saturday. The Dragons against the Cowboys on Sunday.
We just saw Seguiaro through that defensive set of the Manly Seagulls. First NRL game since 2019.
So 10.5 to go. Thursday night on Fox League. Seki on this run. Of the two wingers, Smalley's had the better of it for Manly. Not major run readers, though, it must be said, by the two rookie wingers. Pulls it on that run. Now Croker. Jakers with it. And well tackled by Radley. Two of the best middles there. Meet head-to-head. Seguiaro for Tapau. Tried to come up on him. Seguiaro's had a full season with Blacktown. 15 matches played. Back in the NRL, Cherry Evans has kicked. I think he wanted to stay in play, would he not? Tupa was with it. And more running metres for Daniel Tupa. He's bound to crack the 200 tonight. Tupa. 9.5 to go. And again, the Roosters in true soul will be one of the talking points after the game. That's on Tapau's been left behind. I know rather it was the centre Walker left behind as Fulton makes another tackle. Kiri down there.
Penalty goal, the only scoring player this half so far.
Ball control on the Roosters just hasn't been good enough to generate points. Egan Butcher caught there. Last tackle, Roosters. Walker, they're going to run it. Manu, Harper in front of him. Offloaded. Butcher's able to come up with a kick. Garrick's got the ball. And Butcher, when you find yourself on the last one on a normal kick and put it on the ground, he did that. Second half, Roosters completion 7 of 14. 7 sets. Manly have completed 14 in the second half without scoring points. One home for Manly. Parramatta next week at home. And Titans, Sharks, Raiders, Bulldogs. Need something here. Paseka. Davies scored their only try of the night. Now Trbojevic, it's on the grass. More pressure, Manly. Harper with it. Then it's on the grass again. It is not quite a rabble, but it's certainly lacking any real authority in the attack or sign that they're going to pull a long-range try-out. Cherry Evans kicks on the fan on the Saturday night. Actually, we're going to relive their try against the Cowboys last year. One of the more incredible length of the field tries you'll see. In the words of the players who were there and were part of it, boy, how they could do with a try like that right now. Kiri for Tupa. 10 metres inside their own half. Tedesco on the front foot. Trbojevic yet another tackle for Manly. And Hutchison, fresh leg, set restart. Roosters. That's their first of the night. Walker. Seguiaro just has him. Hutchison in that dummy half roll. Replacing Verrills. There. Oh, was asking for an intercept. Tedesco caught by Walker. Walker played the man. Roosters, though, still with a chance. We're going to score a try. It's been a long time coming. Hutchison with Kieran W. run. Good tackle, Seguiaro. Last play, Roosters. Hutchison, Walker, big pass, Suwale! Oh, he hasn't scored, has he? He leapt so high, he came down so hard, and they may just check it. He's not claiming the try.
No, I don't.
He just bounced it down the line.
He did, just short. The ball from Sam Walker, the floater over the top. Suwale had to catch it like a bomb. Smalley, Harper, ball comes free.
He was still thinking try though.
Just looking to see if Joseph Suwale grounds the ball.
No. His arms aren't that long.
Yeah, Joseph Suwale loses the ball, just determining whether it's in goal or short of the line.
I think the ball ended up in the in goal.
So it gets it to the goal line.
Joseph Suwale loses the ball over the try line.
Yeah, so they can go up to the 20 then as a result of that. It's still an athletic.
Oh.
You know, he's quite an acrobat.
Well,
all of that.
Well, he had to climb into the air to catch the ball to pass the first thing. Just watch how he did it.
That's some try if he does get it. He's pretty close to getting it. Joseph Suwale. Manly with 6.5 to go. Well, after the week we've had, the build-up to the game, I suppose there'll be something that think that the actual match had started so well. The first half was good, but the second half has become quite the anti-climax. It's always as if we're out of breath. We're Trebojevic, for it, offload, Garrick, no one to pass it to. Manly on halfway. So the Gotcha for Life Cup will be going the way of the Roosters. And that will please the man who's right behind Gotcha for Life, Gus Warman, the Rooster through and through. Manly with Seguiaro. This is Cherry Evans. Goes long. Croker can't get past Crichton. Last play, Manly. Seguiaro. Cherry Evans. A bomb that'll bring Tedesco into play again. And Tedesco all focus. Every catch counts. And then he makes another 10 metres.
Yeah, without the players that are sitting out the game and those that are on the injured list, which there is a couple of pretty important ones for the Seagulls, they've had to almost play a completely different brand of footy. Players out of position, players on the boo. It's been a tough night, but they've been courageous, the Seagulls. And the Roosters certainly haven't helped their own cause with 17 errors. 17 errors from the Roosters.
Just some run meters tonight. Daniel Tupou, 18 hit-ups for 200 metres. Tedesco, 16 runs now for 153. And Manu, 20 runs for 176 metres. 10 more tackle busts for Joseph Manu tonight.
Good, bro.
Just Super Coach points. The season where they've busted many tackles indeed.
Over 100.
There's 119 here.
Yeah.
Here he is again. Can he get 120? Well, he's got an offload. That's 4 points. 4 and intercepts. Another incomplete set by the Roosters. Well, Craig Robinson, I'm picking up the clipboard. I'm not even into the car. I'll just say, well, we've got the 2 points. Mission accomplished. But we'll do the review tomorrow. Smalley plays it. Seguiaro on the run. Doesn't find Garrick. Fifth club he's represented, now 31 years of age. Cherry Evans, the second. I don't know, maybe some will read into the performance soon. I reckon Cherry Evans, there's probably reason to be a little drained by the week, by the events of the last 2.5 days. Here's Ruben Garrick. He's got a kicking. Tupou will run back. Oh, we'll have to play it. Tupou, those big long legs. The goal line dropout with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure that's played a part, Vossi. The week that the Seagulls have had. And normally I'm one to say about players that they're very good in just putting things aside and focusing on what needs to happen. But the week that Manly have had is like none other. Like it has been like no other week. They've had to do a lot of things that they don't usually do. Situations they have not found themselves in.
I couldn't imagine they walked anywhere on the northern beaches and weren't hearing someone talk about it or be asked about it. So as I say, a little bit mentally exhausting. Here is Walker, Drabojevic, Foran, Harper. Now for Smalley, was it Foran or not? Smalley on the two. Is over in the corner. It's a nice one.
Yes!
For 23-year-old Alfred Smalley. He is a try scorer in first grade for the Manly Warringah Seagulls.
Yeah, the man that passed to the ball has had a terrific game. I think Morgan Harper, the battle that they've had, Manu and Harper, has been first class on this edge. And Alfred Smalley on debut gets a try with a couple of minutes left in the game. Good reward, Morgan Harper. He gets the try assist. Foran's been good in the second half for Manly. Did a job to drag in Manu and just open up that sideline for Alfred Smalley.
There you go. Big smile. That's a very, very big moment. I don't know whether we'll see Alfred Smalley again next week. We don't know when they play Parramatta. But no one can take that off him. In 50 years' time, you can Google Alfred Smalley try, and it'll come up. He's carried from the sideline and hangs out wide. 20 points to 10. Under 90 seconds remaining. Different hairstyles of the NRL, eh? Alfred, that's a beauty.
Great ball play there, Kieran Foran. Good angle to just watch what he did to get Manu interested in the tackle, and quick hands from Morgan Harper out to Alfred Smalley. Great moment.
Rare event too. Fox Sports Lab all over the stats. The show. Roosters going to win tonight with a completion rate of 61%. Doesn't happen very often.
Second half, 53%. They've only got through 10 sets, the Roosters. And Manly are winning the second half.
Line breaks, by the way, 4-all on the night. I mean, there's some numbers there. You know, you can read into it what you will. And I mean, I go back to one kickoff. Manly not fielding the kickoff after they scored their first try tonight. Really, if you do a quick review, that became the biggest moment of the game. Because 40 seconds later, they conceded a try, and it was 12 the difference again. Now out to Garrett. And he full of running to finish. He's trying his hard again. Ruben Garrett. He's led the run meters for Manly tonight. Foran, Hutchison's up quickly on Seguiara, who then is attacked by Lodge, to attack by Butcher, and then given a facial massage, and lost the ball. Harper's resented it, and Harper comes in on the Butcher. Fulton's got blood coming from the face, but I thought Seguiara was copying it high and low, I thought. I don't know whether it's a suggestion of cannonball tackle or the like, but they certainly went on with it.
Well, he went down. He's got him high.
Well, he attacked his legs first, this bit. They went his legs, and then Butcher's come over the top. Welcome back to the NRL, James. Here's the ball here. 22 seconds on the clock. Oh, seriously? So hang on a second. What I said, was that an aberration, what happened earlier? Was that an illusion? When Alfred Smalley, not Sam Verrill, took his head off, and in a try-scoring situation, I reckon they looked up and went, so he's on the field. We can't send him off 2 minutes into the game. We can't give Martin a bit of compassion. And Morgan Harper's going as well.
On third man in.
Third man in's back in the game. Third man in. Welcome back, third man in. Where you been, old fella? Old mate. The third man in, Sid Penny. Oh, what a finish to the game. Harper comes in. Who was the last third man in the game? Is it 5 years, 6 years? That's right. Is it Heritage round? Is it Retro round? Manly now with Foreman, and then Billy Moore puts it down. Now that sort of put a dent on the party there. Now Roosters will have another incomplete set just to take that.
Well, catch you guys in the next one, boys, because it's game over. Roosters 20 points to 10. But I'll catch you guys in the next one, boys. Peace.